on a Tuesday, Katie.
Damp start. Yeah, watch out. Some of those roadways are a little bit wet. You could see some pooling, ponding on some of our major highways. Looking at the roads right now, though, very quiet. Route 2, the Mass Pike moving well. Same thing to the south, coming up 95, no problem all the way out of Rhode Island up to 128. And we've got a couple of overnight work crews, but they are picking up and going to be out of the way in the next half hour. 93 looks good out of Andover all the way down to the Zachem Bunker Hill Bridge. Antoinette.
All right, Kate, on a Tuesday, Katie.
Yes, they are. And just watch out if you're driving. You could see some pooling, ponding. I saw some on 128 southbound in the Stoneham area today, so or in the one of the areas. 128 southbound. Watch out for some pooling and ponding under overpasses. For the most part, the roads are doing okay. Downtown, we've picked up most of our overnight work crews. You could see a couple of orange cones out there. They will all be out of the way by 5 a.m. And then roads to the south will fill in first. We have about 45 minutes now, so if you're looking to escape the traffic on the expressway, now's a good time to head up 24 or Route 3, hit the Braintree split, and then head north on the expressway. HOV lane going to be open any minute now. Northbound looks fine. Doug and Antoinette.
All right.
Ponding under some of our overpasses on some of our major roadways. Watch out for that. I showed you the expressway earlier. We're waiting on that HOV lane to open, but you don't need it right now. The northbound side is doing just fine. Couple of brake lights as folks head out there. I will watch roads to the south. They will fill in first, starting at the Braintree split. It'll extend down out of Braintree into Randolph by Route 24 and 93. For now, though, roads to the south look good, and the expressway, you can see both directions moving well. It's only an 8-minute ride from Braintree to Boston. Starting everything off on time on the T, too. Antoinette.
Then after retirement.
Absolutely.
Always good to see old Harvey out there.
He's still giving a lot of talks. That one was about climate change, so very
Does he get paid
nice.
for those? Or that
You'll
sounds
have
like a
to
good
ask
gig.
Harvey.
I'm just
I
asking.
feel like that's something you should ask him off air.
It's like a good gig. Go in and say, hey.
It's wonderful to see.
Doug's like, so how do I
Well,
get in
it's
on
a good
this?
Yeah, you
And retire early.
It's great to see Harvey.
It was wonderful.
Yes. All right. Let's talk about the rainfall that we have had to around
Yeah.
50. So quite a change. It's a one-day thing with this warm air today.
Okay, we got to enjoy today.
Yes.
And the rain will eventually move out. But 30 miles an hour, this is a slow ride getting up onto the expressway northbound right now. Outside of 128, roads look good if you're coming up from Rhode Island or maybe up from the South Shore area. Things look good. Looking at the expressway itself, HOV lane is open as we look by the gas tank. And then for those of you coming from the north out of New Hampshire, maybe 93, roads are moving well heading south. Doug?
All right,
Morning, Katie.
Yeah, they are, and getting busy right now. I told you that right about 5:30, 5:32, right on cue, we back up the Braintree split, but that has been exacerbated a little bit by the crash that we've got here on 93 northbound before exit 6. That's right at Route 37. So you see that dark red line heading up to the Braintree split. It is really slow. Outside of 128, we're still doing okay. A little bit of traffic building 95 northbound approaching 128 in that Canton area. Already busy on the expressway northbound by Columbia Road. 14 minutes for your drive time, Braintree to Boston. Roads to the north still looking clear at this point. Antoinette.
All right. This morning, Katie.
A little damp, yeah, and starting to get busy, especially down at the Braintree split. Unfortunately, we've got this crash in Braintree. Left lane is blocked right now. This is on 93 northbound before exit 6. That's right at Route 37. So adding to the normal 5:30, 5:45 Braintree split traffic, we've got a crash with a lane blockage. That's going to cause some delays getting up onto the expressway. I'm also watching delays 24 northbound out of Avon. Here's a quick look of the expressway by Columbia Road. Roads to the west doing much better. Here's the Pike eastbound closer to the city of Boston. Don't forget about that right lane closure by BU. Look at Route 2, looks good. 495 and the Pike through Framingham, all clear for now. Doug and Antoinette.
Still damp out there, Katie.
It is, yeah. We're watching some of the wet roads out there, but for the most part, we're doing okay. There is a crash in Braintree with the left lane blocked on 93 northbound before exit 6, right at Route 37. Those delays stretching back onto 24 now. Northbound side, some delays really building out of Brockton. Here's a look at the expressway. That northbound ride, 23 minutes, Braintree to Boston. Other side of the O'Neill Tunnel, still looking good. A little stop and go, 128 southbound into Boston, 16 minutes. Doug and Antoinette. Trains out there covering the road, so you could see some slick spots on your ride this morning. Thankfully, we just cleared this crash in Braintree, so those delays back to 24 are starting to lift. 24 slow out of Brockton, stop and go out of Avon 2. Northbound side of 95 looks a little slow getting up into Canton. 93 starting to fill in closer to the city, Somerville, South area. Route 1 still doing okay, dark and early out there. That southbound side moving well all the way from 128 down to the Chelsea curves. Then you've got a little bit of stop and go over the Tobin Bridge. And we are on time on all lines on the T this morning. Antoinette.
Full suit and all.
Love it.
Great,
Well
Harvey.
done, Harvey.
Good to see Harvey. He gets to a lot of different talks, still talking about climate change and weather all
Very
the time.
popular.
So, busy guy.
Very
Morning,
we
Seth.
always knew when he retired that he wouldn't be too far from
no.
weather.
Oh, no. He's still out there. Yes. We had. So if you like the warmth, it's a one-day only thing. Today's your day.
Well, we had this weekend, which was pretty nice.
Yes,
Sunday was
yes.
great, so we'll
It's-
enjoy today.
It's November.
All right, Ford on Route 3 southbound side at 81A. That's right at Route 495. And you can see some slight delays on 3 southbound heading down toward Billerica, but that crash just coming in. Another one coming in Rainham, 24 northbound before Route 44. This has been a busy spot this week. We've had a number of crashes here. Delays building quickly in that stretch. I want you to look up on the Pike because we're just now starting to build that traffic heading eastbound through Framingham. That'll extend in the next hour. Doug?
All right, Kate.
Roads and a busy ride. Katie?
It is, yeah. We've got a number of crashes just now popping up. A couple to the north. We've got one in Chelmsford on Route 3 southbound side at exit 81A. That's right at 495. The left lane is blocked. Notice Route 3 also building some delays on that southbound side into Billerica. The other crash I'm watching is up in Stoneham on 93, southbound side by Montvale Ave. That's exit 27. All right, 2 crashes to the south, one in Rainham in the breakdown lane, 24 northbound before exit 20. That's right at Route 44. The other is up in Randolph, center lane blocked here, 93 southbound at Route 28. Antoinette?
Tuesday morning, Katie.
Yeah, Tuesday is starting to get pretty interesting on the roads, especially for those of you on 93 southbound. 2 crashes inside of 128. If you're headed from there down into Boston, it's going to be a slow ride. The first one's in the breakdown lane in Stoneham, southbound side at exit 27, right at Montvale Ave. Second one down in Medford, right at the Fells Way. Also on the southbound side, that's exit 24. A couple of crashes to the south too, but mostly I got my eye on this one in Randolph. It's a multi-vehicle crash on 93 southbound, right at Route 28. So that's causing some heavy delays there, backing up onto Route 3. And then we're seeing 24, 95 out of Foxborough, getting over 495, very slow right now. And then the Pike, pretty much all filled in between 495 and 128. Same thing up on Route 2 through Concord. I'm going to time out some of these for you just ahead. Doug and Antoinette on the roads. Good luck to you if you are driving this morning because Tuesdays are just tough. We've got a lot of congestion out there. 93 on the expressway heading northbound, slow by Columbia Road, getting up onto the expressway. 31 minutes from Braintree to Boston. A lot of red on this map, and it's just going to increase for the next couple of hours or so. 93 southbound becomes a really tough ride after 7 a.m. It's 36 minutes now. That's the best we'll do till about 9 from 128 down to the Zachem Bunker Hill Bridge. And then out to the west, the Pike looking like 32 minutes from 495 to 128. After that, 17 minutes from 128 downtown. Things still moving okay for now through Alston, Brighton. And looks like the rain has pretty much